Hello, Soul Light. Welcome to your 2022 Akashic Soul Path reading and forecast. We're going to be looking at the theme of 2022 for you. It's going to be an amazing year, awe-inspiring year with a lot of decisions, a lot of turning points, and a lot of great big change. So I want to look at the resonance that you're connecting with, because as we align more to our soul, attune to our heart, to ascend, raise in our vibrational frequency and expand, living more through the higher self as the soul, we're guided less and less by linear time, more and more by divine timing and synchronicity. And we are guided by, led by, and to resonance. All about the vibration, the energy, the coherence of a situation, of a person, of a relationship. We're going for resonance. Resonance is so key. So if you will, just pause with me. Take an intentional pause and see which healing singing bowl you are drawn to. I've got a lot of messages that I'm going to be giving, some written messages, tuning in through the guides, through the Akash, looking psychically through the tarot, and seeing what the bowls have to say for you. So this will be soul story number 1. See which sound. Soul story number 1. Soul story number 2. Let's put it this way. And then I'll explain what these balance. There we go. There we go, soul story number 2. Now let's listen for soul story number 3. Timestamps are below. Let's get to the sound that's right for you. I'm going to start with soul story number 1. Hello, soul story number 1. This is your reading. So this crystal healing bowl vibrates to the heart chakra, set to the note of F. So also I put the it's on the bottom. Love abounds. So let's tune in for the soul group number 1. What is, well, And by the way, I had to dim my candle. I had to cut the wick because the flame was so wild and reaching out to my crystals. And I get that this is going to be a year for everyone really to kind of reach out, step out. There are a lot of decisions being made, a lot of turning points, new pathways, a lot of decisive action. So a lot of people aren't going to be so much in limbo anymore. So let's start with here. We've got Simply Love. This is the Six of Cups. Solar plexus chakra. We've got Release, which is the Death card. Flow. Wheel of Fortune. Just Breathe. Now look, we've got this mirroring here with this Four of Swords. Shine. It's a Star card. Well-deserved reward. Nine of Pentacles. So again, we're looking at the theme. What is your soul manifesting for you? What is the theme for you in 2022? What's going to be unfolding for you and manifesting for you? What's your main focus? So a lot will be unfolding. And through the year, I'll be doing different readings to get, more exact. But we're going to look at the overall theme. And we've got daydreams and decisions and rebuild. We've got the Tower. So we've got the Seven of Cups. So right away, I'm seeing a lot more choice for you in 2022. I'm seeing a lot more choice and decisions. I am seeing that you're working more on your self-esteem, self-worth, maybe a lot of inner child work, but you're also solar plexus, you're leading more from a sense of authenticity, of feeling more genuine. You're also going to be focused more on your creativity and important relationships in your life. So relationships this year will be very, very important for you. I'm hearing for some of you not losing yourself in relationship. Okay, so we're going to look at the vibrational frequency. What are you tuning to or aligning to? So obviously you picked this crystal singing bowl, healing bowl. The heart chakra, so there's a lot to do with the heart and feeling connected to the heart and heartfelt connections. So we got here magic. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond the moment, to move towards possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. 2022 for you is a go for it year. Okay, it's a take a chance and go for it. Some of you are rebuilding something and or building. Now I feel like the things that there could be some breaking down of structures or systems or relationships or changes in job or career that get you in a new direction. This can come externally or this could come internally from you, where you make a decision to go in a new direction or to focus on something else or build or rebuild something else. You got Cosmic Flower also. The frequency of the Cosmic Flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Well, that's what I'm saying, shine again, extending out into the world. And I'm getting a lot of people that are drawn to this reading are going to be extending out, and whether it's soul story number 1, number 2, or number 3. The overall energy I saw in the flame, I had to cut it because there was no way I could have continued to do the reading. I thought it might start a fire. It was so like moving around, extending out beyond the boundaries. So there's something for everyone about extending out beyond boundaries. And I get for you, soul story number 1, with the magic, it's taking the lesser ideal and making it more and more ideal. So you're really going to be in a manifesting mode. Some of you, this could be manifestation with children or something to do with children. It could be children's books. Maybe it's having children, working with children. Some of you could also be your inner child. that you're going to be feeling a need to connect with more as well. So let me just get a few more cards and look. I'm kind of seeing magic, mystery, manifestation, rebuilding. Oh, you got conscious living. The healthy changes you have been meaning to make are imperative for you now. So that's also the Tower. So this could be health concerns, or just saying, hey, I need to get healthier, or I want to eat healthier, eat better. So I feel, again, the changes that you're making, some of you, it could be working differently, like I can't work these long hours, or I'm not getting enough money for this, or I'm going to change how I work, or I don't want to go in the office, I want to work remotely, or I want to go into the office because I need to see people. Whatever it is, you're making the changes in your life that is bringing much more conscious living for you, much more empowered, abundant living. But I almost feel like vibrant, like you want vibrancy in your life. Inner dialogue. In order for things around you to change, you must first change your inner dialogue. Well, I feel like a lot of you have been doing that. So maybe you're using affirmations, or you're doing a dream book or vision board. You know, I feel like you've been doing this. I feel like what's happening now this year is you have a recognition of what blocks you, or how doubt looks for you, or how negative thinking looks for you. Or I also feel for many of you, you're seeing that certain people you had in your life, or have right now, as I'm doing this reading, at the end of November, you might be saying, oh, I'm not going to have so-and-so in my life as much, or I'm not going to run these great ideas by them because they always have a negative assessment. Now, I'm really getting drawn to the lapis lazuli. So there's something about you this year, creativity, self-expression, leadership, whether it's in a company, you're going to say more of what you know and what you see. You're going to vocalize more this year. You're going to be speaking up more this year. You're going to be, some of you, founding something. Maybe you're starting a business. Okay. But Lapis wanted to come into the reading, so we're going to let Lapis stay there. Leadership capability, asking for that promotion, asking for that raise. Some of you, I do feel you are leaving a certain company or position and starting over, or it seems like you're starting over. Okay, we're gonna look and see for the astral cards. I want to see what comes up. The area for soul story number 2. What's the area? The area of life that's most. I get a lot with you with career. I got to be honest. There's a little bit with love and relationship, but there's a lot with career, community, groups. I'm hearing a move to a different town. Yeah, so there's definitely a move for a majority of you. Jupiter, your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. Yeah, I think you've been really working on yourself, soul story number 1. I feel like this soul group has really been working on their messaging, their communication, inner dialogue, so inner communication, outer communication. You're clear about what you want. Now it's about creating it, building it, or rebuilding. Some of you are rebuilding from something that got torn down or broken apart or dissolved. So you do have a lot of luck this year, but it's really preparation meeting opportunity. People on the outside might say, wow, you're lucky. Look what you're doing now. No, they're not seeing the behind the scenes work. Got Scorpio. The energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive. Well, because you're not saying everything that you're doing. And that's smart. You've learned your lesson about perhaps talking to the wrong person. And then those negativity and doubt comes in, or they pull you off. You're going to be very choosy this year about where you hang out, who you hang out with, where you put your time, your energy, your money, your attention. You're going to be very, very choosy and very aware of your energy. what drains you, what uplifts you, what supports you, what enlivens you, brings you more of what you want, what connects you to your soul, to your heart, what makes you feel good, basically. 7th house, this area of life is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. Okay, so you remember I just said I want to see what area. That's why I used these cards. I wanted to see what area. So there is a lot for you with 7th house. Now, I do feel like this could be a lot with business partnerships. Some of you could be actively seeking out a mate and mating up this year, or doing business with a mate. You could be collaborating with your partner, spouse. There's a lot to do this year with collaboration for you. That's a big theme for you. That's why you're going to be a little bit more picky about your relationships and where you put your attention, where you focus your energy, because you have some very definite plans you want to put into motion. It's like you've come out of the daydream, soul story number 1. You've come out of the daydreams. You're like you did a lot of daydreaming, and I'm not to say you're not going to still daydream or vision or visualize or do a dream book, but right now it's like there's this building, there's this action portion where you're going to see a lot of your dreams manifest in 2022. You're going to see a lot of your goals. You're going to be achieving and meeting your goals. And I do feel that there is support or help, whether it's a business partner, a therapist, a coach, a representative, a lawyer. There's a lot to do with representation in 2022, that you are represented by someone. There's a lot of alliances for you in 2022, and they come from your community. So it's very important that you follow your heart, that you attune to your heart. That's the flow that you need to connect with. You've got this flow. See, right now you've got this, 9 of Pentacles here. A lot is coming to you that's well-deserved. A lot of insight, opportunity, financial abundance, increase financially, increase with you feeling better because you've gotten through a lot. That's why your self-esteem has come up. So you're like, whoa, look what I got through. Look what I did. With the help of spirit, with the help of my tools, I really did this. I'm really turning things around. So you are in this amazing new flow, okay? And what keeps you connected to this flow, because this flow is the key for you in 2022. What keeps you connected to the increase and the abundance, the prosperity, this Jupiter energy, is your own inner integrity. It's being in your personal flow, the flow of your life. So this for you in 2022 goes hand in hand. It's, focusing on what you need to do, self-prioritizing. Even if you're in a relationship or you have a family, it's like, okay, if you've been stretched and haven't had enough sleep, catch up on that. You've got to keep connected to your soul path, your soul purpose, your dreams, goals, and desires. This is not the time to be in anything that is codependent or is going to pull you off track, okay? And so the resonance that you're connecting to is what feels good to you on a heart level, what stimulates your heart chakra, okay? What stimulates the heart chakra for you is going to bring you that abundance. And then we've got Aquarius here. The energy is freedom-loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. So this Aquarius energy tells me that a lot of your opportunities, your connections, what supports you, what inspires you, what motivates you in 2022 will have to do with like-minded individuals, various communities that you're involved in. For some of you, it's one specific community. Some of you are weavers in and out of different communities, groups of people. Some of you could be living more community, maybe even communal living. Some of you are moving abroad is what I'm hearing with a group, or traveling. There's a lot to do with online, with technology. Some of you may even do stuff with AR or VR, virtual reality, augmented reality. You may be incorporating that or starting that. Some of you may even want to be in a startup is what I'm hearing. So allow your mind, look at this card, allow your mind to be forward thinking and far reaching. Excuse me. Now what's interesting is lapis connects to the throat chakra. So I'm getting some of you are going to be getting more comfortable speaking or speaking up. Maybe it's even writing a book, singing, vocalizing. Some of you, it is just going to be speaking your truth, because lapis lazuli also has to do with truth. And look at all of this. Very interesting. I almost feel like a tightening in my throat. Look at all this blue and the lapis. Ooh, I get it. Oh. Okay, soul story number 1. Some things come to a head this year in relationships where you're not able to speak your truth or truly be you or express yourself. Now, this may be with partners, business partners. This could be in personal relationships. There is some things that need to be said in 2022 and or expressed. So those around you this year might think, ooh, what happened to so-and-so? Or I didn't know that bothered you. You're going to have very different boundaries this year. That's for sure. So, oh gosh, as soon as I said that, it just opened. So even admitting it to yourself, soul story number 1, or talking to someone about it and saying, you know, I really need to speak to so-and-so about this, or I really need to speak up. Some of you have had an agreement with someone. Now, I'm not sure if it's a spouse or it's a business partner or collaborative where you've done this for them and they've done this for you, or for the first few months or 6 years. Some of you, I'm hearing 6 years, 6 months. They were like, okay, we'll live here, and then when the kids are gone, then we're going to move. You know, we're going to live here, or then I'm going to go back to school. So there's some kind of agreement that maybe because of COVID and other things that were going on, that it's the switch didn't happen. The other part of the agreement didn't get enacted. So that's going to be brought up. So there's a lot with agreements, negotiations, redoing contracts, whether verbal or written, maybe even just with, you know, friends, family, business associates, co-workers. Some of you, it's a job that you took over for somebody that didn't come back to work or until they hire someone. And now you're going to be saying, are you going to hire someone else, or do I get a raise because I'm doing extra? So a lot of speaking up for you. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Look at the synchronicity here and the confirmation. You've got Jupiter, increase, and then you've got leap here. So there is, again, the Fool card isn't here, but there's this leap, like you will be taken care of. You've built this cushion up. Even, you know, even karmically, if you will, even in the spiritual bank, in the abundance bank of the universe, you built up. So the changes that you make are going to be very fortuitous, are going to be very beneficial. The changes that you do, what you quit and then you start something new, it's going to be very beneficial. Then we have warrior woman. Have you answered your deeper calling or your deepest calling? That's what 2022 is about. That sums it up. Answering your deepest calling. That's why you're going to have to speak more truthfully to people. And people may say, "Oh, I didn't know you didn't like that," and you could say, "No, I like that, but I'm changing. I want to do something different, or I want to live someplace else, or I know I don't want to do that anymore, or I'm complete with that. There's something else that I want to do. There's something else for me." So you're going to have these conversations, these heart-to-heart conversations with those that are closest to you. And it's not that what you were doing in the past wasn't on your path, wasn't meant to be. It's just that you've grown, you've changed. There's a different level of soul expression that wants to come through you now. So 2022 is about that. It's about trusting yourself, your path, your soul, listening to your higher self, connecting to your soul, trusting spirit, and speaking your truth, living your truth, attracting more truthful situations. Okay, there's too much here. Let's see. I really feel like this calm, like once you have some of these conversations or you start making some of these decisions, and mind you, some of it is just, it's going to be very quiet. It's going to be like you're doing the decision. You're doing something differently. You're not getting involved with that person that would pull you off your path, or really where you overgive or overdo, or it's just not efficient time for you. Okay, very stubborn also, because the 3 cards still wanted to come out. You got Yuki Onna, stillness. Well, that's what I'm getting with the meditation. And again, let's look at this, the blue. This is very powerful, indigo blue. That is the 6th chakra, the 3rd eye. It's the indigo. It's clear seeing. It also brings peace and calm. Brings peace. Blue has to do with truth, speaking your truth. So you're going to have to sometimes maybe even meditate or get into silence, stillness, and solitude to know your truth, so the truth can be revealed to you. Then you've got Sophia, the wisdom. So soul story number 1, this is clearly also about connecting into your wisdom. From your own life experience, you know now what you need and want. You know what you've been deciding and what you really want to do. Oh, Shakti, getting that spiritual energy, transformation. That Shakti, that is also Jupiter. It's grace. It's the energy that brings healing and brings benefit and brings forward motion and forward movement. It allows you to have that motion, to move from what was stuck, what was stagnant. So there's something you're clearly moving on from. Let's see if we can get some information energetically from anything having to do with relationships. I just feel certain relationships you're moving on, they're no longer mirroring for you where you are, where you're going. It's an old reflection. So there could be some people that you're letting go of, or situations, to bring in new opportunities, okay? And again, meditate, just breathe, and stillness. So that it's about meditation. It's about breathing through the changes that you, by the way, have set in motion, okay? Some of it's unconscious, some of it's definitely conscious. It's from your higher self. This is the soul is decided, like, okay, we've done that before. It's boring. We don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to keep, you don't want to keep, it's your soul. It's coming from you. These changes are coming from you. It's a new level of soul experience and expression that's actually going to bring you much more abundance and increase. 2022 brings you what it is you want. It really does. You've been working on it. You've been creating it. So yeah, there's some pleasant surprises, but there's also a lot of what I see manifesting for you is what you've already put into motion, okay? Let's see, am I getting anything? Let's see. I do feel a certain portion of you are moving on from some relationship or relationships that are not reflecting the new paradigm you, all right, the new earth you, the vibrationally sound you, vibrationally sound. You want to go for what is vibrationally sound. So we've got keys, many options, decisions, unconventional. String along one night. I don't feel that. I feel like it's a lot of opportunities that come. So if those of you that are working with projects, 2022 brings a lot of projects, a lot of decisions, a lot of work, a lot of projects, a lot of opportunity for you for growth, to move ahead in your career, okay? Got heartbroken, deeply hurt, breakup, feeling lost. Well, that's, for some of you, the conversation ends up leading in a separation and or divorce or moving on from a relationship. Or maybe some of you have already done that. Just because the reflection is no longer there. Now, for some of you, the deep conversation, the heartfelt conversation brings a meeting of the minds and understanding, and you end up staying together, okay? So the destiny issue is to have this conversation. And this just depends on your individual soul path and where you're at and the level of growth. I do feel those of you that do move on from a relationship, you do end up meeting someone else, because 2022 is a lot about pairing up, but it is also a lot about dissolving partnerships or relationships that are not mirroring the new vibrational code, okay? The new vibrational matrix of the soul. Healing heart, healing from heartbreak, relationship or addiction. So some of you, this is about, again, get out of codependent relationships and like, or saying, or you already are out of one and now you're looking for a new relationship that's not codependent and is based on both of you thriving, okay? And on so we had the runner, again, codependent. That's why it's important for you to speak your truth, right? So that's the lesson for you in 2022, is speaking your truth. If those of you that are newly dating, just from the beginning, don't try to hide things or just be either be complacent or, overly agreeable and thinking, okay, we'll talk about this later, we'll get to the bottom, or once we know each other better, then I'll say how I really feel. No, you need to speak your truth from the very beginning, from the get-go. Not dealing, hurt, boundaries, angry, could be anger, but I feel like for some of you, this is more about the boundaries. Like, I'm not going there anymore. I tried, it didn't work, or it worked. That's not a mistake. It's just it worked till it didn't. It worked while you were having a certain reflection, a certain soul experience. And once that's done, once the learning is there, once the vibration shifts and there's consciousness raising, there's a different level of consciousness, there's different needs then and wants. The butterfly, relationship evolving into the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Yeah, see, so some of you heal and evolve through this, and your relationship goes through another phase. So there's two soul groups. One soul group, you move on, and there's another relationship, and others, you evolve through this. Love call, someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting them know. So that just tells me that again, relationships are very highlighted this year for you. Some of you have already moved on from a relationship and you will be meeting someone in 2022. Some of you break up with someone, go a different direction, focus on yourself, you do the healing, then you meet someone. So there's a lot about this transformation within relationship also for you, okay? But it all hinges on you speaking your truth. So 2022, you're really going to be practicing showing up more authentically. Not that you were a poser before or hiding, but these other parts of you weren't fully integrated, and they've started, you've grown a lot the last few years, and especially the last 2 to 3 years. So it's like, you're not the same. You're not, your essence is the same. Your soul is the same. You're getting more and more in touch with your soul and connecting into the, your heart center. It's less about the emotionalism. It's more about your heart connecting. The first thing we got, you're protected. All will be okay. There is an energy shield around you. Now, I get this if you had a question, the timing is the next 2 to 3 months. So whether that's a job, a relationship, it's coming through the next 2 to 3 months. It's time to step into your power. See, that's it. That's the, what did I say? Leadership, power, empowerment with this lapis lazuli. So as you are more in your power and empowerment, the people that you're drawing in are very different. And some of the people that have been around you will understand this because they're in their own growth and healing cycle. They're getting more empowered and more conscious, more aware, more awake, living more in the flow of awakening. And so they'll be able to handle the changes. And then you've got 3 to 6 months. So something 2 to 3 months from the time that you watch this video, and then 3 to 6 months is very pivotal or important for you. Let's see if there's any other messages for soul story number 1. Speak your truth. I keep hearing, live your truth, speak your truth, be honest. Be honest about what you feel. Be honest about what you really need and want. And I keep hearing everything's going to be okay. It's going to be better than what you even thought. And there's a lot coming together for you in 2022. That's the theme. It all starts coming together. Benefit, increase, prosperity, abundance, love relationships. Oh, look at this. What did I say? Connection, collaboration, commitment, soul-mated relationships. So those of you that have wondered if there's someone for you, a compliment to you, yes, there is, absolutely. Now it could be 2 to 3 months or 3 to 6 months, depending on when you're watching this. Focus on teaching and learning. Well, that's for you to step into that leadership aspect. And then you need space. You need to take time for yourself. Self-prioritize. That's, again, the lapis. You may want to read up on lapis lazuli and maybe even get a nice piece for yourself and connect in with that energy. It's a very solid, grounded, anchored, but yet expanded energy. But I feel like for you, the prioritizing is more you being you and focusing on what's really important to you. Whatever it is that you are wanting, you, I feel, can have it in 2022. Part of it is being honest with yourself, speaking it to yourself. What is it that you want? Some of you don't necessarily want to work. That's fine. Put that into a affirmation and a manifestation statement. I now have the funds so I can take time off, or I now have the situation or the funds that I don't have to work a regular job. This is the time. This is not the time to shy away from what it is that you really want in your life. It's the time to ask it, expect it, seek it, be open to it. That's the theme for you in 2022. It's about your truth, your personal truth. Okay, your soul awakening mantra is, I now actively seek and am open to my deepest desires. Wishing you a beautiful, beautiful new year. Wishing you just so much of this love, light, wisdom. Wishing you your dreams into manifested form in a way that is very soul connecting, loving, and fulfilling for you. Please let me know in the comments how this resonates for you. Take good care. Hello, Soul Light. This is soul story number 2, and these are your messages. Okay, I'm hearing it's your time. So let's get a little focus here. So this singing bowl works vibrationally on the whole body. So there could be concerns, issues around your denser physical body, or perhaps you're coming out of a big healing phase, or you're more in touch with your physical body, doing more for your physical body. And there could be also a transition or transformation of your physical body. So it could be deep healing, it could be health, it could be maybe you are very physical, maybe you're a runner or dancer or do yoga or yoga's acrobat. There's a lot to do with the body and being more and more comfortable with your body. Some of you are auditioning for something, I almost feel like circus, acrobat, circus, something like that. Could be dancing also. Could also be fitness, yoga. There's something very physical that you do, or you need a lot of physical stamina. So 2022 brings the focus of that, either rehabilitating some issue with the body or muscle or something, or using the body, an awareness of how you use your body. Now, this could be any body changes. For some of you, it could be pregnancy. It could be healing from the pregnancy, getting your stamina back, your energy. So if you have been under a lot of strain or stress, exhausted, or had concerns with your body or issues or conditions that you're working through with your body, 2022 brings vitality, energy, and the body doing better, okay? And for some of you, you get a handle on what your body needs. Now, this could be hormonally. This could be certain foods that you now know that you can't eat. This could be dietary. This could be allergies that you find out certain foods, or environmental. That, again, it's your time. So you get a handle on some of the things that you have been working on or working through. So also working with sound, movement would be very helpful for you. Now I have the singing bowl here, but I also feel for many of you drumming would also be really good, either listening to drumming or you drumming yourself, getting a drum and drumming. Okay, you've got the 3 of Pentacles. Some of you, I hear you're in a group, could be a band, or you work more in a group. You've got the Sun. Yeah, you're coming, again, it's your time, it's your turn, creative projects. Some of you could be designing something, or you're in a leadership capacity, maybe managing or group leader or creative director, creative designer, something where you're working with a group or group projects. 6 of Cups. Now, I've been getting a 6 of Cups a lot in the last few pick a card readings. Definitely got it in December. And a few of the 2 of the soul stories, maybe even 3, and then definitely, I think in soul story number 1 in this 2022. So this tells me, I get people returning, I get childhood connections, nostalgia, again, because I feel like people are making big changes. So you may be looking and going, gosh, I'm moving on from this job or this career, I'm moving from this house, or I remember when I was the assistant and now I'm the director. So there's a lot of reflection. Some of you it's nostalgia, a lot of you I feel it's a lot of reflection, a lot of reflecting on where you were and where you are now, or what was. Got 5 of Cups here, 7 of Wands in the center. Courage, 5 of Cups rather, 7 of Cups, and 7 of Cups is a lot that's coming up through too. And then we've got 2 of Wands, 4 of Cups, and 10 of Wands. So some of you I'm hearing, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. So you are going to need a little level of patience, especially the beginning of 2022. Because some of the things that you're putting in motion need a little bit more time. I almost feel like she's sitting on a hen sitting on her eggs, potential impossibilities. And this 5 of Cups looks like an egg. So this tells me some of the things haven't manifested quite as quickly for you, but they're going to in 2022. But you do have to have a bit of patience, and also forethought. This Two of Wands is telling me it's dominion. You're handling the situation well. You're handling it appropriately, whatever you've come to this reading about. But it's also, you need to strategize a bit or look ahead. Look, 1 to 2 steps. Is this really supporting me? Is this really carrying me where I want to go? So I feel 2022 for you is bringing a lot more clarification. Some of you are still kind of completing something. You're completing the old and bridging to the new, okay? So there could be a lot of balancing for you in 2022 where it feels a bit overwhelming, like, oh my God, I still have to do this, but my mind is elsewhere. There's something else that I want to do. Okay, we're going to get a little side note reading here. Okay, we have death, rebirth. The Hangman, that's what I talked about, getting a different viewpoint, and things could be a little stalled or stagnant, especially in the beginning of 2022. Or, depends when you're getting this reading. Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Got Pisces here. We've got Scorpio. Some Pluto, Mars energy, 7 of Swords, strategizing. What did I tell you? So and then Page of Swords, learning something new. Could be teaching, could be going back to school. Some of you may need some further study or training, or you could be training others. You could be working as a teacher, workshop leader, in some kind of capacity where you are helping others learn, or some of you disseminating information. You're getting information out there in various ways, maybe through writing, video, vlog, blog. You're setting your own course in 2022. So 2022 for you is pivotal, is a turning point. So again, you may not have all the answers or the clarity. You may still be completing certain situations, relationships, circumstances are starting to change. You could be leaving a certain job or career, or even planning on a move or a change of career or move. There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of putting stuff in motion. So it is going to be a very full year for you, in some ways very fulfilling. There could be a old position or job or something that you used to do that you now want to do. Some of you, I hear videography. There's something with could be videography, film, movie. There could be something of a transformative creative nature. It could be like a documentary. It could be educational films. There is something that some of you are wanting to leave a certain position, and you're wondering, it could be producing, where you're going in this new direction. So I feel like 2022 for you brings you a lot of clarity about what it is you now want to do, the direction you want, and what's important to you. So it is going to take a little bit more time for what it is that you want to draw in and or manifest, is what I'm hearing. But you're doing it. And the thing is that, again, there's much more clarity in 2022, which is really important for you to know. You've had to get a different perspective. So some of the things that, projects or relationships or situations that have been stalled or stagnant, do begin to move, but then it seems to stall again, or it changes shape and form, meaning it may move forward, but now the position is different, or it's changed, or something's added, or you've changed, or you realize, oh, I don't want to do that this way, I want to do it this way. So you have to be very fluid this year, navigate the changes through trusting your intuition, but also trusting what's genuinely opening for you, because what's genuinely opening for you is going to be those steps and those bright ideas, like symbolized through here. So there could be a lot to do with communication, a lot to do with clarity, getting clarity, either with friends, family, co-workers, within yourself. It's also about manifesting some of these ideas that you've had, but part of the issue is, how do I do it? Do I need help? Do I need funding? You're going to be finding that out. Some of you, this is putting these great ideas into some kind of form or format. Some of you, that form or format could be a book, workbooks, inspiration. Pisces, the energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, and forgiving. It confuses and softens resolve. So you've got the Hangman here, and then you've got the sign of Pisces. So, Pisces is the sign. There's two fish, and even there's two lines here, and then a line in the center kind of going out. So Pisces balances itself, but it could go in one direction and then turn around and go in another direction. That's why sometimes I say Pisces can be a little wishy-washy. And it's not, it's just that some Pisces is so a lot of times in a flow. And since it is a water sign, it can feel its way and go, oh, this isn't quite right. Or it wants to rebalance itself. So this Hangman, this new perspective that's coming in for you could actually, even though you might look at it as a delay or stagnation, it could be giving you a better way. Or there could be someone that you're meant to meet or some opportunity that in the delay aligns you to that opportunity, okay? For you, 2022 is about the magic and the mystery. So you need to connect in more with faith, trust, and belief, all Pisces words. You need to have faith in your path. You need to have faith of where you're being led. You've got Venus here. See, in this death rebirth card, there's the light there. So the light within you, your spirit, your spiritual nature, the light. Because things could seem very confusing, okay? You've got Venus, the part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. I get it, but a lot of you are saying, but how do I get that? How do I do this? How do I make these changes to live differently? I want a bigger life. I want a bigger life. It's coming, but you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to, you're still finishing up the old. You're in transition. So story number 2, and there's really no other cards here. I feel like, here we go. This is going to show the areas that are more affected in your life. Second house, Venus, ruled by Venus, money, your self-worth, yourself as a resource, your assets, finance, and the things that you value. And then the 12th house, which is the house of Pisces. So this is Taurus Pisces. Now I could be reading for a lot of Taurus Pisces. It could also be that there's a lot of shifting for you when the nodal axis shifts from Gemini, Sagittarius, Gemini North Node, Sagittarius South Node, into the North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio, because you got 12th house. This is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to a greater cause or power. Okay, well, you have the 10 of Wands here, which could be overwhelmed. Now, this is also the Pisces house, is the house of the subconscious. So maybe you want to work with your dreams, or NLP, hypnotherapy, guided imagery, hypnosis, self-hypnosis, reprogramming the mind, connecting in through the dream state, dream world. But this 12th house, I feel like this is a very fated situation, fated group. This is the soul group. That it's about, for some of you, you want a different level of income. You can have that, but you have to connect into yourself as a resource, or see what you're offering as very beneficial. You need to up your worth a little bit, or whatever you're selling or putting out there into the world. Now, some of you, what's going to really help you is your perhaps psychic ability, or maybe some of you are going back to school to become a hypnotherapist, or a Reiki teacher, a Reiki master, or energy healer, or maybe you're doing yoga nidra, or you're working with the subconscious, or maybe are you astrologers. There's a lot that you're bringing forward from your subconscious and or other lifetimes, other dimensions, other aspects of you. These gifts that you have, or this wisdom, or this understanding. So for a good group of you, working with the subconscious, working with the spirit realm is very beneficial. The occult, there could be a lot there for you also, or bringing that into the work that you do. But clearly this has to do also about finance, success, what you value, you being valued, the work that you do, you're up leveling. So again, you're finishing up one level of earth experience to go to the next level, which you might call a higher level or more extended, expanded level. So there's a lot of kind of, look at this card, planning, pulling yourself, planning, looking, strategizing, dreaming, thinking, all these Piscean things, wishful thinking, daydreaming, dreaming, planning it out, visualizing. And then there's this, the movement, the doing it, the moving forward. So because you're balancing the old and the new, it could be a little bit overwhelming. And then you got more again, death and magic. Well, that tells me death and rebirth. So things are changing. You're changing the very way that you live. This is a big change, a change on a cellular and energetic level. It's a change to the soul level. So it's such a big change. It takes time. You're in the process of it. And what helps you is your spiritual nature. And so magic, the magic, that's also 12th house Pisces. How does something happen? 12th house is ruled by Neptune, which also rules photography. How am I talking into this camera? And somehow my image and my reading is going to be shown and available for you in a MP4 format, right? Or whatever. So do you see what I'm saying? So you're not going to be able to know all of it and strategize all of it and use your ego mind. Some things just appear or just happen out of the blue. Like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh, that's amazing. So you have to leave space open for the magic, space open for the miracle, space open for what you can't explain. You can only do so much. Then you got Yi, the sun, which you have here. This is about you shining your light, you being, that Leo energy, that you being the center of your world and your decisions. I feel that's a big change for you. You might have been in the Piscean self-sacrifice mode. So you're finding out, well, how do I care for others? How do I have a relationship? How do I do this and still move forward? Going to look at Beyond Lemuria for you. Very Piscean energy, Lemurian. And see messages. So I feel like there's a lot of contemplation. Like, I think you need to honor yourself and validate yourself and acknowledge just how far you've come and what you're doing, and that you are in some kind of a, okay, we'll take them all. You're in a path that's it's a destiny issue of this timing. It's not about time, it's about timing. You got vulnerability. Luminescence, look at the heart. Oh, I didn't know there was this many. Internal explorer, very Piscean, subconscious. Star seer, look at that. Pisces energy, star, Venus. And communication, co-creation. So what I really feel with you, maybe even swimming, again, the body, is it yoga? Is it movement? Is it Qigong, Tai Chi? There's a flow for you that best suits you to get your great ideas or to move forward on things, to move past fears. And so you have to just be a little bit more vulnerable to spirit, to God, to all that is, vulnerable into your own higher self, that part of you. Let yourself be led a bit more, okay? And you connect into that luminescence of your heart center. You're letting that lead. So there's a lot that you see. I see this star seer here. And then I see this star in death, rebirth. So your own inner star is guiding you. What makes you feel like shining? What makes you feel comfortable in your own skin? Like, whoa, I love doing this. Like me right now doing this reading, I just love connecting with you this way. I just do. I love connecting with people this way. I can feel you. So what is that for you? And for some of you, there's going to be some internal exploration Is it through dreams, through the subconscious, through daydreaming, through exploring your dreams, your subconscious, the inner explorer, through deep meditation? But this is about deep. This is not about casual. This is about being vulnerable, to just give yourself over to yourself. And even say, I don't have it all figured out. I'm just following the divine flow. You're not going to be able to figure this out by strategizing, okay? Solely. You have to do a little bit. You do a little bit of strategizing or putting things in motion. But if you feel like things haven't quite manifested to the degree that you want them, I love this. I love what this is. Let me tell you, use your spiritual tools. Use, what have I been saying? Use your spiritual tools. Pisces energy, 12th house, life path healing. So you're healing, soul story number 2. It's such a deep, deep level. Deep transformation, death, rebirth. Use your spiritual tools. They will help you. There is or will be a divine intervention. Expect miracles. Believe, faith. Again, Pisces, what did I say before? Faith, believe, trust, universal trust, trust in source, trust in God, trust in yourself, trust in your higher self. Believe, faith, trust. There's going to be there's going to be some kind of uplifting. There's going to be some kind of divine intervention, obviously. You're at a crossroads. Well, that's where you're going. And then you're connecting with your soul tribe. So what 2022 brings you is you finish up enough of what you're finishing up, and you come to this crossroads. And the choice is towards your soul tribe, being around people that are more aligned to you, whether for many of you it could be work situation, some of you it's where you live, some of you it's how you work, some of you it's your tribe, and then there's a relationship, or you want to have friends, people to do things with or connect with. So you are attracting more people that are aligned with you, and then your decision, that crossroads, will be very apparent through what I'm saying and suggesting in 2022. You are at a crossroads, but you're not yet ready to make that decision, but you will be. Okay, there's just a little bit more to do. It feels like a delay, but it's not. It's divine right timing. It's the right timing for you. Divine timing, synchronistic timing. There's a synchronicity. There's this destiny that is coming at play for you. Okay, so Radiant Soul Light, your soul awakening mantra for the month is, that's what you need. See this? Relax. You just need to relax into the changes. Here it is, your mantra. I now relax with the changes and go with my spiritual flow for my soul's highest unfolding. Because what's leading you and guiding you is spirit. But that means your spiritual essence, to go with your soul design, your soul unfolding. The soul is the blueprint. So you go with your spiritual essence, your spiritual unfolding, your spiritual nudge, your spiritual flow. And that gets you to that soul tribe, those deep desires that you have. You're learning a lot about faith and trust. And even if you already know, you're going to the next level with faith, trust, and belief. All right, wishing you just a love-fulfilling, soul-expressing, abundant, prosperous 2022. Take good care, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Hello, soul story number 3. First thing I heard was, don't be afraid to go to that next level. You're going to a higher level. Don't be afraid to go to a higher level. So this singing bowl or healing bowl works on the upper chakras. You can probably feel it in the 6 and on up. You can probably feel it at the top of your head. Well, it's also great for balancing the 5th chakra. Okay, working with the ears, inner hearing, inner knowing, listening to the higher self. And so I feel like a lot of you are going through this major quantum leap. We're actually going to do a different layout. So don't be afraid to go to that higher level, that next level. Don't be afraid to go way out to a high level. Don't be afraid to really expand or extend what you're doing, okay? So a lot of you may be leaving certain people or situations behind that you're comfortable with. You're majorly going to be out of your comfort zone in 2022. But it's a comfort out of a comfort zone into a more comfortable you. So it could be different situations that you're coming across, different people, different situations, finding yourself in different circumstances than what you're used to. Different people, could be new community, could be a large move, extended move, whether across the United States or across borders, across the country, across the world, across the nation. There's a crossing, okay? So let's see, the area we've got is the 5th house. Wherever you have fun, romance, and create things you're proud of. Okay. Gemini. The energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, informative, and simultaneously or stimulating exchange as possible. So this could be a lot of travel, local travel, communication, but I feel like some of you, your work is going to take you in a new environment. This could be radio, TV, this could be podcasting, this could be some form of communication, writing books, ebooks, whatever, publishing. This could be something local, that you're doing something with local community, local, but a lot to do with talking, communicating, interviewing, broadcasting. This could be also music. This could be putting on events, could be workshops, seminars, that kind of thing also. For some of you, this could be teaching. This could be in a fun way. You could be working with children. Some of you could be birth of children. But I feel for many of you, let's see, Gemini. I'm getting a lot to do with things really picking up. It could be online, even online dating is what I'm hearing. And then you've got Chiron, your healing power, empathy, and ability to teach or learn remedies. So again, self-healing, but healing through communication is what I'm getting. Now, you may write something or something goes into circulation or something. This isn't a one-time thing. 2022 isn't just like a flash in the pan. This isn't like, oh, that video or that tweet or that post went viral. This is something that you do, and it's healing, maybe healing the inner child. Some of you could be artists or visual artists or using art healing, art therapy, healing through art, some kind of healers, working with herbs, acupuncture I hear, but whatever you're doing, you're going to this own next level, and you're going to be much more known in 2022, okay? I really get by this with the Gemini and all these stars. You've got in the 5th house, there's stars, Chiron, there's stars. Some of you could have Chiron in the 5th, Gemini in the 5th, you could be a Gemini. So it's 5th house healing, which also means your self-esteem, your self-worth, and the worth of your projects or what you put out in the world, what your progeny, what you put out, what you're reproducing, how you reproduce yourself, whether through children and family, teaching, and or with creative projects. So creativity, very, very important for you. Some of you are really going to be taking a chance and getting some kind of funding There could be some kind of program or app or something that you do. I want to say in 2022, if you want to do like some kind of fundraising or get a grant, you have a very good chance of it. I feel like people will be very inspired by you, helped by you, and will want to help you. So this is your time kind of for, universal payback, is to receive everything that you have been putting in life. It's now about to come back to you, in triple 10 and 10 form. Okay, 10 of Wands here under Gemini. So a lot of coming and going, a lot of speaking, could be contracts, I don't know, maybe legal dealings because it's contracts, but a lot to do with, and some of you nightlife or working at night or doing a lot at night. Some of you are working in multiple time zones. So people that you're working with, it might be night for them, or you're working at night. I get a lot with computers and also in technology and systems, networking of some sort. Knave of Chalices here. That page. 7 of Chalices. Now everybody's getting the 7 of Chalices or 7 of Cups. So that is really, so I'm getting that there's a lot of options and opportunities in 2022, which I've been seeing. And if you've been watching any of my other pick a card readings, or if you are part of the Patreon community, I've been talking about this, moving from surviving to thriving, that there's, even while things are breaking down or the stock market is, up and down or crashing or not doing well, people are going to be thriving. There still is this like options and opportunities. So people are going to be weighing things out and still, planning and dreaming and creating things. So there is a lot of options for you. You're looking at things. You're going to be weighing things out a lot. And then you've got the Queen of Swords. Well, that's under Gemini. So again, you could be Gemini. Queen of Swords can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. I've got the 9 of Wands. 2 of Swords. So some of these decisions you have to, even though you might be, maybe I'm connecting with a lot of people, that are in air signs, using the mental realm, you're not going to be able to figure all this out. You're going to have to rely on a bit of divine inspiration, just those flashes of insight, and then follow through on it. Then you've got the Hierophant, Taurus energy. I do think a lot of you, there's something about teaching, a teacher, is that a leader capacity? Be very aware of your energy or energy patterns, of what drains you or pulls you off of your path. Then you've got the Hermit, Virgo, taking time for yourself. Then you've got the World, which literally is the world, okay? Saturn energy. Because the world is a whole new level. It's out of time, out of linear time. It expresses and experiences through linear time. That there's some change. So I look at this and I go, wow. I feel 2022, you're going to go, wow, job well done. You did it. Or we did it. So some of you are establishing yourself in some kind of career, vocation, avocation, something, and it gets established, like you're the go-to person. You're the one people need or want to go to. You're establishing yourself in a way that you can take some time off, that you're at this next level, whole new level, and you're able to buy what you want. So a lot of financial abundance. Some of you are looking at financial freedom, that viewpoint, or financial security, or do you want to call it financial security and financial abundance? So there could also be some larger purchases in 2022 is what I'm hearing. I'm talking it over with a friend. I'm also hearing real estate or real property. So you could be buying property, real estate. Wow, there's a lot happening for you in 2022. Big changes. I feel like for you, you've gone through a lot of deep healing with Chiron there. You've gone through a lot of cellular and energetic changes, and now the changes are going to manifest externally. So in the 3D world, where you live, how you live, your car, your house, property, so job. So a lot of it is more circumstantial or situational for you in 2022 because you've done a lot of the deeper change. Okay, look what just jumped out, which is so trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Well, that's what you're doing in 2022. You're like I'm going for it. That's it. You've done so much. You can't do less. Soul story number 3. You are so trusting your path. So keep trusting your path. Do what you can to reinforce the trust in your path. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Yeah, that's it. It's not just going to be in your mind or Netflix, Amazon, whatever. It's not going to be just Apple TV or podcasts. You're going to be traveling. Many of you are going to be living in an environment that's very different from where you live now. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. So you heal this persecution complex of being persecuted or shamed or put down or misunderstood. I want to say to you, a prophet is never a prophet in their own backyard, but you will be. But you may travel to other lands where you find yourself much more appreciated, or for many of you, you have gone through so much change that you are much more appreciated. You're attracting differently. But some people still won't kind of get it, and you're going to be moving on from those people. There's some people that, they believe you, but some of you, I feel like you're psychic. You're mediums or channels or psychic, or maybe you do tarot, and I feel like there's some people that have been around you that kind of believe what you say, and you've helped them, but they don't fully believe, they don't have the capacity to. They're very much stuck perhaps in the 3D realm. So you're going to be sharing your voice more, your viewpoint through Gemini activities, 5th house. Some of you have come up with some kind of healing plan. I don't know what that means. A healing plan that you're going to be doing that's going to be very helpful to people and yourself. Maybe it's something that's helped you heal. Keep to your spiritual practice, your meditation, journaling. A lot of you are writers, you journal a lot. I just feel 2022 brings your dreams, your goals, your visions into view and into manifested reality. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's just, what did it come out? Neptune, wow. I don't know how that got in there. I love when that happens. When a card sneaks in from another deck, it's like a message for you, special message. So you've got Neptune, your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. And then in this deck, you got dreams. Your dreams may be more vivid and intense than usual. So Neptune rules dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. Keep a dream journal. Look at the theme of the dream, the dominant feeling and emotion. Look at what's being guided to you. I feel like many of you are having completion and culmination dreams where you're wrapping things up on this dimension. You're really moving 5D and above, a lot of you. So what's happening is that you're just going to be living bigger, more abundantly. When I say bigger, I mean more soul connected, more soul expressed. So it's like a little bit of magic where you might be thinking, how did this happen? How did I manifest this? Well, you, the ego, you didn't. The higher self did. It's been in the destiny. Many of you are just meeting your destiny in 2022. There's a meeting of the minds, meeting of destiny. Your dreams that you didn't think were going to happen are happening, are coming through. You just need to have faith, trust your path. Where are you being called to journey to? I don't care if that's just walking around your block or your neighborhood or getting an idea to, why do I want to go here? Why do I want to do this? Listen, that's your soul through your, as you extend or expand in the higher self, which is just a higher vibration aspect of you, you connect to your soul. So this is about you listening to your soul. You've got to listen to your soul, soul story number 3. Trust your path. Trust where you're being asked to journey. Some of you are going to be living much different lives than you did before. And yes, it does mean that you may be leaving some people behind, or a place where you lived a long time, or family home. It's like you're kind of, you're going away to college. You're going away for some new experiences. University, you're going to live in a different campus or a different way of living. A lot of you are going to be living in a different way. It's like the fantasy becomes the reality. But the key is sharing your voice, coming out of the cave and expressing yourself. So the more you express yourself, the more you move forward on what it is that you want to do and how you want to live, the more you tap into your soul destiny. And you got kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving, falling in love. So that's a big part of 2022. Those of you, maybe you fall in love with whomever you're with now, a deeper level of love, or you might do some creative projects together. But many of you are meeting someone new, and it is soulmate connection, soul connection, partnership agreement, and soul contract. And it's going to be very romantic, very playful. Fifth house, they could have children. You could have children together if that's what you want, and you're, of that, you're inclined and capable and all that. Mask, not showing true feelings, hiding. Okay, this is what you're leaving behind. And then the golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided, love. This is what you're leaving behind. This was the healing of Chiron. Now, some of you, I want to say, just be aware in 2022 that there could be some people coming back, or people that reflect the lower pattern of love that you have had in the past, that you perhaps generated from your family, which could be that, you're maybe the healer or whatever, healer, maybe codependent, maybe you're the intuitive psychic, the empath, and you're getting with someone that's on the narcissistic spectrum, or a narcissist, someone that can't really give back to you, uneven relationships, however that is. And that's not putting anybody down, but whatever that pattern is of overdoing, overgiving, and someone taking, or not being faithful or truthful to you, or just not having the capability, however you want to look at that, whatever dynamic you want to call that, and which required you to wear a mask, where you got stuck in a certain role, you got pigeonholed in a certain role as a way of being. And so you need to be aware of that. Some of you could meet someone like that this year, and then actively say, no, I'm moving on. I'm not stopping here. It just may be the last little bit of it, or some of you have completely turned the corner on that, and the new relationship is this amazing soul connection partnership. And I feel like it starts very simple, very flirty. There's a lot of affection between the two of you. There's amazing giving and receiving. This person really values you. And it starts Gemini energy, very light. It's very light, great communication. You may be dating multiple people, they may be dating multiple people, and then you start getting closer and closer. That's just for some of you. But for the majority of you, I feel like it's just a very light, loving connection, like kindred spirits, and then it starts to grow. And you'll always have that through this relationship. I feel like this is the next level partnership. For many of you will be leading to marriage, and it's or live-in situation, some kind of commitment is what I hear, but it will always have this lightness. Like you could get angry or say something and then just start laughing at each other. Wow, there's a lot of card messages coming out. Okay, that's a lot. Did we do it? Okay, we've got delays, have patience. So there's some delays, but that it's being worked through. I'm hearing a better way is being made way for you, okay? So if you feel like you've gone through a lot of delays, ask for inner guidance, listen to your dreams, connect to your higher self. That's what I've been saying. So ask for your higher self guidance, use your spiritual tools 2 to 3 months. So from whatever you're asking, it's showing it's coming in 2 to 3 months. Let go. Oh, your inner child play, creativity, self-expression. Well, that's also 5th house. So you might meet this person through some kind of exploration or creativity, or just, I hear, just by being you, like just being kind of you, silly, sassy, whatever, just being playful, in your own creative flow, working on your project. Some of you may meet through a project, but definitely let go, give yourself, your inner child, some play. You need play. You've been doing so much deep work and healing. When is this coming in? Before you know it. What you want is coming in before you know it. What will help you is passion, following your bliss. That's what I said, 5th house. And don't be afraid to do multiple things. You have Gemini there. You can do multiple things. Then you've got cosmic potential, possibilities, and opportunities. That is 2022. The potential, the possibilities, the opportunities. The possibilities that transform into manifestation. Probabilities that become probable, okay? And you've got deep healing. You've healed enough to attract differently. It is safe to love. It's safe to express. It's safe to be you. Just be you. That's the 5th house. That's the deep Chiron healing that you've done, soul story number 3. You've done this deep healing. You've really done the work, the inner work, in many different ways. And now you are attracting what it is you have dreamed about and just desired, that deep, deep, soulful connection, but light. It's not heavy. It's not about a learning lesson relationship. Of course you're going to learn, but it's very light. It's creative. You could even be creative together. Now, some of you may already have this and it's going to its next level. Some of you are attracting that this year, okay? A lot of passion for you, a lot of inspiration for you this year, inspired action. There's been delays, but things happen much more quickly. Really just a lot coming in from the cosmic egg is what I'm getting. The potential, the possibility, it's moving through the void, through the etheric into manifested form, right? A lot of this is coming from the Akashic in through the astral, where it gets the vibrational frequency and the emotions, the energy and motion, pending in the etheric, and then manifested in the denser reality of the earth plane. So a lot of this is destiny for you. You're meeting your destiny. It's divine timing. It's happening through synchronicity. So just play, just express yourself, just lighten up a bit, keep it light. And it's what you need is drawn to you. You'll know when to work or put forth the effort. And then what you need and want is drawn into you. Okay, so 2022 brings the puzzle pieces coming together. Your whole world changes. All right, soul story number 3. Let's look at your soul awakening mantra. I'm in my divine flow, attracting all the love that I know. Okay, wait. Hold on. There's 2. I get 2 strong messages. Hold on. Because as soon as I started saying that, I heard this energy, this group. I have the love of my life. Okay, I got that. So some of you do have the love of your life, and it's about doing this with this person, okay? Going to your own next level. Some of you have just recently broken up with someone and you are attracting someone. Some of you haven't been partnered for a while and you are attracting someone. So, okay, what do you want to say for those that are in partnership already, or I am aligned to my soul's plan, living my soul's purpose. That's it. You're in alignment. So you really want to complete. I get it, you guys. You want to complete and you're going to this next level. Okay, some of you are partnered. It's a confirmation, and you're just going to this next level, all right? Individually and together in whatever way that you're working that out. Okay, so that's sad. Woo, it was really loud. Okay, it's okay. So now for the other group. I trust my soul path and trust that my higher self is leading to my deepest dreams, goals, and desires. I relax and trust that my divine counterpart is being sent to me. That tells me two things. They're finishing something up, and that tells me that there's somehow sent to you where you go or where you are already. It's like if you're in the market, grocery store, let's say you're looking at vegetables, all of a sudden you turn and then they're there. So you may already be there, wherever that is. You may already be there, or you arrive and then they arrive later. Or they're there already and you're in one, let's say you're in one room doing something and then they show up. So they're showing up for you, figuratively and literally. Your divine counterpart, this soulmate relationship is showing up for you. That also is telling me it's about being supported also. All right, I wish you a radiant 2022. So much love. So much soul connection, soul expression, and I wish you much peace, prosperity, and abundance. And if you feel a resonance, I would love if you would subscribe and get the notifications if you haven't already. And also if you feel a resonance, to let me know in the comments how this feels for you, how it resonates, and how it unfolds for you. Take good care, and I hope to see you in the next reading.